Good morning. I will be presenting this week 12, and our reading was from Mellon and Harris, Preparing Students for Online Writing Instruction. In their first introduction, they inform us that normally students who enroll for online classes have a misconception that online classes are easy and they are saving their time. They will be able to juggle between family life and other responsibilities like working as students, but they wanted to clear that misconception that it is the other way around. Online courses are much more time consuming. They require a student to be committed and to do a lot of things on their own, and also familiarizing themselves with the online course. And the first thing, students must be aware that online learning comes with a lot of collaborative activities, such as discussion boards, such as small group projects, individual work, having to read on their own, writing essays, drafting, revising, and also interacting with their classmates and with their tutor. Students in online classes, writing classes, need to be taught how to navigate the LMS system or the learning management system so that they can actively engage with it and be able to be posting material on the learning management system, such as being able to upload their assignments or Word document that they have written, being able to upload any multi-modality project that they have been given, and they also need to engage with one another and to work as groups. So you need a lot of time. And Melancon and Harris start first also by grounding us and reminding us of the main 3 principles on online writing instruction. Principle number 10, that students should be prepared by the institution and their teachers. Principle number 11, that online teachers and the institution should develop and personalize online communities so that students can be successful. And the last principle 13, students should be provided with support. And they further tell us of the students or factors that can help students to be successful. And these are mainly that the student must have maybe intrinsic motivation to learn, and they must be self-disciplined on the part of the student. They must be disciplined. They must be able to communicate with their peers, be able to communicate with the professor, and have that commitment. And students need to have an in-depth overview of understanding how the learning management system works. And students who have got disabilities will even require further help and instruction so that they can be competent in using the learning management system. And also their maybe if they have to use Braille, if they have to use assistive technologies. And the institution should ensure that they have an orientation module or an orientation that could be conducted for online learning students, because online learning is not like face-to-face, whereby we are using models of literacy, the olden model of using books and chalkboard and pens and papers. Rather, online relies heavily on a reliable internet. It relies also on a functional learning management system. Like we are using Blackboard, it should be functional and it should be user-friendly and accessible so that it becomes easier for students to navigate through it or on it. And students need professional help, technical professional help. We need to have institutions should have an IT person who can help the students as they sometimes experience problems, and general orientation opportunities should be given to the students so that they can be able to know how to use these technologies. And the key facet of online writing classes is that there must be an overview that is given to the students about assignments and activities and the class in general. And students would also first of all need to be given a self-assessment. The tutor must give students a survey to understand the things that they are capable of and those that they are not capable of. They should be asked to tell the tutor or the professor how they learn best. Do they learn best by listening? Do they learn best by using audiovisual materials or images? So that self-assessment will help the tutor to know how to help the students effectively. And like I mentioned, that online learning is really a lot of work. It needs students to be committed and to find time to navigate on their own and familiarize themselves with everything, and also to find time to read the materials that the professor posts on the learning management system, and to read and to watch the videos in preparation for class. I have found this link which has got a survey of some people, some professors who carried out a survey about students' assessment, how they analyzed the survey and what the students said. It really has very good questions, and I have attached it here so that you can also look at it. The institution must have more support for students. It must have a technology person or an IT guy who can help students, and also even help the professors so that they can be able to go to him or to contact him or her when they come across problems. Because research has found that some communities of students normally face problem, and the Black student community has been cited, the students with disabilities have been cited to experience challenges when they are doing online courses. So this IT person should be the one who will help the students to understand the system, and the professors also or the teachers or the tutors should also help students, because sometimes they do not want to say their disabilities or where they face problems, because maybe they are shy or they do not want to be stigmatized. And universities should try to use the information or the data that they have about their students to help them, or even to help writing programs improve based on the data analysis, or the analysis will show where the problems are in online writing programs. So as they collect this data, and if they analyze it, they will find out where do they need to improve, so that students and teachers who are teaching online could work together effectively, and the program would be a program that is liked by the students, depending on which improvement and how they improve the program. They have also cited that there is a problem that you find that there may be more students in a class, but they recommend that the class must be at a reasonable size, small numbers, so that tutors could be able to handle and help each one of the students in their online classes. And they also propose that there must be funding for online writing teachers, because they go an extra mile as they teach these online classes. At instructor level, instructors are advised to pay attention to accessibility and disabilities in their online classes. Teachers should also not be considered as IT experts. The university must provide a technician or an information technology technician who will help both the instructors and both the kids. And if they are helped like that with technology, they will adequately incorporate universal designs into their course structure, and they will select appropriate materials for delivery, and that would help them to build capacity within their writing programs. Instructor expectations. As you start your online class, you as an instructor should ensure that you show your students and you share with them what you expect from them. And one thing as instructor should make clear is how they will be communicating with students from time to time, and the channels that they would use, consistent communication through which channels you have to inform your students, and multiple channels that are having built-in redundancies to always remind students, multiple announcements to remind students of due dates, to remind students of anything that they have to engage in. And as a tutor, you should also go further to ensure that you build capacity, because there are ways that faculties can inspire online community. They can create icebreakers that allow students to be comfortable. They can ensure that they incorporate blogging features within the online writing instruction course, so that students can interact with one another and they can be talking to one another from time to time. And it is very important that instructors must be present all the time. There must be that instructor presence in an online class, so that students can know that the instructor is also actively engaging with them from time to time. And they should also further demonstrate that they want to get to know their online students and build that community. And they should model what interaction looks like in an online class. Students must be prepared for online experience, and I've already mentioned that there must be orientation, and furthermore, tutors are advised to have trial runs. These trial runs involves sending messages out to students announcing what is happening each week, ensuring that you remind students as they come into the class to introduce themselves, and ensuring that they can be able to talk to one another through emails and any other platform like the learning management system course message section, so that they are familiar and they are making themselves comfortable in that online platform. And in conclusion, the authors are saying that there is no one size fits all. There is nothing like that. There are practices that have been found to be most effective to help students prepare for online writing classes, and they involve reaching out to students before the class begins, as the online class course begins, so that they understand the course and the materials that have been uploaded, providing students with technologies and personal assessment. Like I've said, that I have a link that you can look at and it will help you, providing students with online orientation. I've already mentioned it. So those are the things that, those redundancies, this repetition that our professor always tells us. And then lastly, I have a class exercise which I would want you guys to look at and write on our UNM Blackboard to have a discussion. Write your 1 or 2 paragraphs based on these questions, and then you respond to 2 people. This is going to be for our Tuesday class, and then on Thursday I will provide you with a Google link whereby we go further now and practice a self-assessment survey. You create questions that you can ask your students. What are they able to do? What are their fears? What are their anxieties? So that they share with you and you get to know your students much better. Thank you very much for listening to my presentation. If there are any questions, let us keep them on our discussion board, and we will continue the conversation on our discussion board and have a lovely morning. This is where I got my references or the resources that I used to put this presentation together. Have a good day. Bye.